Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome. My name is Kimberly York. I am the Interim Director for Black Programs at New Mexico State University, and we so proudly welcome you to Spring 2021 graduation, Clara Belle Williams graduation celebration. I will be serving as your mistress of ceremony, and you will be hearing from some of our amazing leaders on our campus, as well as some of our amazing student leaders, as well as our scholars. And so with that being said, I am going to go ahead and turn it over to Clara Holloway and Ignacio Alvarado.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Clara. I am the Black Student Association President for NMSU. I, of course, want to start off by congratulating each and every one of our graduates for the spring 2021 semester. I also want to take the time to thank and spotlight friends and family that have come here to support and celebrate our graduates with us. Graduating from college is obviously not easy, especially the year we've had, but you all were able to succeed and do it. So we are very proud of you. And we're in a time now where things are looking to be hopeful that things are going to be getting back to normal. So what better time to start your next part of the journey. So we are super excited to continue to support you and watch you blossom and grow to be great scholars. So congrats. And even though, we are celebrating you, we always want to recognize and acknowledge the past and our ancestors who were able to make this possible. So I'm going to do a little bio of Clara Belle Williams today for you guys. So Mrs. Clara Belle Williams was the first Black student to graduate from New Mexico College of Agriculture and Mechanic Arts, which is now known as NMSU, in the fall of 1928. Mrs. Williams taught at Booker T. Washington Elementary School in Las Cruces, New Mexico for more than 20 years, during a time when Las Cruces public schools were segregated. While teaching, she was taking courses only offered during the summer and graduated with a bachelor's degree in English from NMSU in 1937 at the age of 51. Clara Belle Williams continued her education well beyond her graduation date, taking graduate level classes into the 1950s. On Sunday, February 13, 2005, at NMSU, New Mexico State University renamed its English building as Clara Belle Williams Hall in honor of a person who was unquestionably a pioneer, in the words of President Michael Martin. And that is Clara Belle Williams for you, and that is who we're celebrating today at this graduation ceremony, and as well as our graduates today for 2021. I would like to turn it over to our Vice President, Ignacio Alvarado, to do his little welcome as well.
Thank you so much, Kiara. Hello, everyone. Today is such a glorious day. I thought it was Friday, just like everyone else. But today we're here to celebrate our wonderful historic class of 2021 graduates. And when I say historic, do not take that term lightly, because this graduating class will surely go down in history as one of the most perseverant and dedicated of their kind. I would also like to thank all of our faculty, staff, our president, provost, everyone who's here to support them. It is not without your love and support that our graduates could not have continued to go on their journey and be successful and be here. I would also be crestfallen if I failed to recognize our fantastic faculty and staff who've been there all along the way to provide guidance and support through every step, academically, social, employment. Thank you so much for being here with us and celebrating. It is an honor to have each and every one of you here, and let's make sure that we continue to support them well past this momentous day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ignacio and Kiara. I would also like to take the time to just recognize the additional Black Student Association leaders. Of course, you've already met Kiara, who is the president. You've met Ignacio. We also have Annie Chabada, who is the treasurer. We have David Hernandez, who is the secretary, and we have Rain Gass, who is the marketing and media person. I would also like to take the time right now to recognize the Provost Council on African American Affairs, and those members include Dr. Henrietta Williams Pichon, Dr. Patrick Turner, James Hall, and we have Jamie Bronstein. So if you are here, thank you again for all of your support. We see Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins, thank you so much for being here with us. Mr. Collins is our general counsel on our campus. Without further ado, I would like to now go ahead and turn this over to our president, Dr. John Floros.
Well, thank you, Kimberly, and welcome everybody to this wonderful day and wonderful celebration. It's my honor to be here and to tell you just a few words. My first word is congratulations to those of you that are graduating. You have accomplished something that very few people in the world manage to accomplish. If you look at how many people actually graduate from college all throughout the world, what you will find is that it's less than 2%. So keep that in mind as you move forward in your life. You're now less than 2%, sitting at the very top of that chain. So congratulations to you. It wasn't easy, but you made it. It wasn't easy, particularly this year. We had a really long and treacherous year, and you have persevered. You have come through. You have succeeded. And because of that, I think you will continue to succeed. So congratulations to those of you that are graduating, to your families that are here with us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You helped your own succeed, and you helped us help them succeed. So you have a big role and you have played a big part in their success. So for that, I thank you. I mentioned that this was a very treacherous and hard year. Well, it really takes me into the theme of today's celebration. And the great Nelson Mandela is really the theme. And he says, it always seems impossible until it's done. So let me say a few words about that. First of all, you just heard earlier something about Miss Clara Belle Williams. Who would have thought that almost 100 years ago, a little Black girl in New Mexico will graduate from college? She wouldn't, but she persevered. She did it. It was impossible until it was done. You have somebody that's going to come and talk to you today, Miss Cheryl Williams Stapleton, which I have met in the past. She's an immigrant just like I am. She came early on in her life from a little place, the islands of St. Croix in the Virgin Islands. Who would have thought that that little girl would come to the US and will succeed because she's extremely successful? She probably wouldn't have. It would have seemed at the time impossible, but it was done. So just to come back to Nelson Mandela, he is a towering figure over the world politics and a lot of other things. But some of the interesting things that, I always, as I read through history books and others, when he was in jail, and he was in jail for a long time, he studied law, he studied religion, he studied languages. He actually learned to speak Afrikaans, which was the language of the guards that were in the prison with him, so that he can understand what they were saying and what they were talking, and to have a conversation with them. He ended apartheid. Who would have thought that would happen? Who would have thought that he will be freed at some point? He refused to be freed under conditions, time and time again. And when eventually he was freed without any conditions. Who would have thought that was possible? But it happened. There's a lot of other things that we can mention, but I'm going to end at this point by saying you're going to find a lot of impossible things in your lives. Life is full of impossibilities, but take it from me, it only seems impossible until you do it, until you get it done, and you will. So be bold, be kind, stay safe, and succeed. Congratulations to all of you, and go Aggies.
Thank you so much, President Flores. We appreciate you. And now we would welcome our very own Provost Carol Parker.
Thank you so much, and good evening, everyone, and heartfelt congratulations to all of our graduates and your wonderful families on this occasion. It really is a milestone, and I'm very honored to be able to be here with you and to offer my congratulations. I was very inspired by what the president just said, right? And it really, I think he captured the really large, significant importance of education in our lives as a society, and how this is one tool, if you will, that we have that really can help us change the world if we put our mind to it. And I'd like to maybe take the conversation slightly more personal at this point, having been we're at that level where we're thinking about the really big impact. Think of, or let's discuss for a moment, or think about the impact that this will have on you personally for the rest of your lives, having achieved this, and the impact it will have on your families now and in future. Because it really kind of comes down, what does college represent for us as individuals? And everyone, it represents something different for each of us. In some cases, it represents a personal challenge, right? I persevered, I did this. In others, it represents social mobility. It's a gateway, it's a key to new things, new opportunities. We always think about a college degree as representing new knowledge that we've gained. And certainly that's very important. You know, you have studied and learned many things, but it also really represents an investment in yourself, and in a way that's maybe not immediately apparent. It becomes more apparent over the years as you start to reflect back and think about, what did I really achieve by completing my college degree? You have invested in yourself, and in that process of going through the college experience, you've obtained innumerable new skills. I would say almost certainly you have attained new skills in terms of perseverance, right? You know, I love that theme. It always seems impossible until it's done, but you did it. And we all have different challenges in that process, some greater, some lesser, personal challenges, financial challenges, work-life balance challenges. You persevered, and you know now you have what it takes to make a commitment, a multiple year commitment, and manage all of the parts of that it requires. It requires strategy, it requires negotiating. You know, you have now achieved many new skills, even if you don't really realize it. College is complex. Universities are very complex. Universities can be very bureaucratic. They can be very inspirational. You've now navigated all of those different aspects, and you've picked up many new skills along the way, made many new friends and connections. You've learned to work and learn together with people who you never otherwise would have crossed paths with. So over time, I think the appreciation that you will gain from navigating the process of college as much as navigating the learning part, you will draw on that for the rest of your life because it's an investment that you made in yourself. And I would just like to congratulate you for having made that decision to get this college degree. It is going to provide innumerable opportunities for you that you would not otherwise have had. And I'm so very happy for you that you're at this stage and we're here celebrating your commencement. So enjoy this day, enjoy this weekend. I hope you come to the big ceremony and just enjoy this moment because you have earned it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Provost Parker. We appreciate you. I would like to, at this time, and it's not on the agenda, but I would like to ask Dr. Turner if he would have a few words on behalf of the Provost Council for African American Affairs.
Yes, he would.
You're always putting me on the spot. But I love it. It's all in love. It's all in love. But I want to congratulate all of you for this outstanding moment. It always brings kind of tears and emotions to me just to see from when you entered as a freshman and now you're leaving as a big senior, you're leaving as an undergrad, a graduate, and all the great things that you are going to do, that we know you're going to be outstanding whatever endeavor you pursue. Each year, there's kind of maybe 3 things that I always encourage our graduates to think about. Oftentimes, the first one is that oftentimes when we graduate, we're a little nervous. There's a little anxiety. Can I compete? Will I be able to get the job that I want? Know that you are an Aggie and you can compete with anybody, anywhere, anytime. So know that you are prepared. Your instructors, your peers, your colleagues have all prepared you, and all the effort that you put forth, as the provost stated, that you are prepared and you can walk through the door with your head held high and say that I am an NMSU Aggie. So know that you're prepared. The second one that I always tell people is measure yourself by your own yardstick. That oftentimes with social media and all these different things, we compare ourselves to different people. Am I tall enough? Am I smart enough? Am I pretty enough? Am I thin enough? Know that only you can do what you do. And that when you walk through the door, nobody can do anything the same way that you can do it. So know that when you measure yourself by your own yardstick, because always will measure you too short. So never count on other people to measure you. And then thirdly, remember that you walking across the stage is not just for you. So I'm hoping all of you show up either Friday or Saturday in person, because that degree is for Big Mama, that degree is for Nana, that degree is for Uncle Luke, for Uncle Joe, all those different people who prayed, who pushed you across the stage, who paid for you to get across the stage, who yelled at you to get you across the stage. So know that that degree is not just for you, but it's for everybody who the shoulders that you're standing on at this moment. So I am just happy that this York gave me the opportunity to at least send you off and have a few words. So congratulations to you. I'm excited to see the things that you're going to do.
Thank you, Dr. Turner. We appreciate you. So now we would like to turn our focus to one of our scholars. And this young lady, I just recently had the privilege of meeting, but was immediately impressed by her perseverance, by her dedication to what she came to the United States to do. Often we don't really get a chance to hear all of the amazing things that our international students are doing because they're oftentimes in the backdrop. But this young lady that I have asked to come to speak to you today is phenomenal, as you all are. And so I took the advantage of the opportunity to let her share just a little bit of her journey with you, and so that we can all take pleasure in understanding that when students come thousands of miles away from everything and everybody that they know. That we at NMSU, we are your family, your home away from home, and we are here to support you wherever you come from on this continent. And so we want to make sure that we are bringing forth some of our international students as well as our students that are here in our hometown. So without further ado, I bring to you Janet, and I'm so sorry because she told me how to pronounce her last name, and I'm going to jack it up in again. Kawazi. Janet.
Thank you. My name is Janet Kwache. I'm a graduate of Industrial Engineering at New Mexico State University. It is such a great honor to be given the opportunity to present on my experiences as a woman of color in the STEM field, as well as my future aspirations. Don't let anybody rob you of your imagination, your creativity, or your curiosity. It's your place in the world. It's your life. Go on and do all you can with it and make it the life you want. This has always been one of my favorite quotes from Mae Jemison, first African-American astronaut to space. As a woman, I have always found myself doing programs that are male-dominated. I began my journey as a mathematics major for my bachelor program in which there were few Black women. As I climbed the ladder of attaining my first master's, which was done in Tanzania in applied mathematics, we were still battling the problem of less Black women in STEM. Once I pulled into the idea that STEM is already an intersectional field and we are people who have intersectional interests, things started falling in place for me. I had a big expectations both for school and for myself. Hence, in a test of achieving my dreams of becoming a professor and a researcher, I moved from Africa, specifically Ghana, to New Mexico State University. That was where I clearly understood and felt the real meaning of diversity. Transitioning away from home, friends, culture, to a whole different world altogether, in addition to transitioning from mathematics to engineering, STEM to STEM, seemed like a bittersweet experience to me. I entered the industrial engineering program at New Mexico State University, where I was the only female Black woman in my class year group. Imagine having to battle understanding what the professor is trying to teach and trying to comprehend diversity. I faced gender stereotypes as a Black woman. At a point in time, I faced serious social and cultural differences as a Black woman in STEM. But despite the challenges, I learned to be resilient and explore the possibilities, ignoring every negative, and it pushed me harder to move forward. Here I am today graduating with one of the best GPAs as a woman in my field. I have acquired great skills and knowledge about industrial engineering, which I would be able to apply in the industry I find myself, as well as impact future generations. Being successful in this field, I aspire to pursue my PhD in industrial engineering, which would take off in fall, August 2021, at the New Mexico State University. My dream is to become a professor in industrial engineering, where I would be able to build upon knowledge I have in this field and help contribute to the development all over the world. I have worked hard as a Black woman in this, and this reflects effort to encourage other Black women to strive to be better. We should continue to change the narrative and support underrepresented students, that's Black women, who want to pursue STEM careers. When we share our stories, knowledge, and resources, we are one step closer to broadening participation of Black women in STEM careers. I am therefore glad to share my experience on this memorable day, which would inspire other Black women to excel in the field of STEM. To my college graduates, I say we have overcome all those obstacles and achieved greater heights in our own ways. Learning is a lifelong process, and we must always strive to do our best wherever we find ourselves. I am also grateful to Dr. Harriet Pichon. Working under your leadership was valuable. Thanks to my parents, lecturers, friends, and all who assisted me throughout my study. A big thank you to Black programs, especially Ms. Kim, for the 3 hours beautiful and memorable professional graduation pictures she took, knowing my hard work has been fully crowned and acknowledged. I will end by saying, education isn't what you learn, it's about what you do with what you learned. Thank you, NMSU. Thank you all.
Edmundo, can you unmute so we can all give her a great round of applause, please? Can you unmute everyone?
I'll mute myself. I got you. Hey, it started off right.
Congratulations. Very good.
Thank you so much. At Black Programs, we strive as again to be a home away from home from students that come from miles away and come very close. And so one of the things that we recognized was that a lot of our international students, their families can't come for the graduation. And so because we have professional photography equipment, we were offering free photos for cap and gown photos for our graduate students. And so that is something that we always try to make sure that we are providing opportunities that may otherwise be not available to our students. And so Jeanette, thank you so much. We are so proud of you. Now I would like to bring to you a young man that I first met when I came to NMSU in 2015 as a volunteer. And he was the crew who initiated me and taught me all about NMSU. And I would like to introduce to you Christopher Love, who is an alum of NMSU, and he is also a former Black Student Association president. Christopher?
Okay, here we go. So good evening. It is an honor to be able to share, to reflect with everybody here and to just share some words. Congratulations, graduating. That's a momentous achievement. We all know that it takes hard work, determination, and drive. Also, congratulations to the families that pushed the graduates and supported them through the journey, particularly with everything that is going on now with COVID. I mean, along with all the tests that you've had to take and the assignments and just the stresses of being a college student, this extra burden, I'm sure, made it difficult. So I just want to say congratulations for that. As I reflect on my time in the past as an NMSU student, as well as a student leader, when I first came in as a freshman, I'm from Las Cruces, New Mexico. It was, I was nervous like everybody else, and I didn't know what to expect. However, once I was able to join Black programs and meet various faculty members, it changed my life. Having that support and having that family away from home really helped me and guided me in order to be able to achieve and get through. So I definitely understand and know what having support can do for you. Something that I want to really leave with the graduates is make sure that you celebrate your accomplishments. If that is one thing I could go back and do, I would celebrate all the accomplishments and just celebrate all of the positive things that happened during my time at NMSU, because we all know that life is short, and we saw that, during the pandemic. So let's make sure that we're celebrating our accomplishments, whether it's graduation or, whether it's somebody in the family getting a new job, or whether it's you getting, a new job, or just anything of that nature that's an accomplishment. Make sure that you celebrate it, live in the now, and really enjoy all the wonderful things that life has bestowed on you, because it's important. It's important. And I know sometimes, when there's so much going on, you're like, no, I can't take a breath to celebrate this, or I can't, take time to do this. I have to keep pushing. I have to keep pushing. But no, it's very important to just take a breath and enjoy and celebrate. And as all the graduates transition into their next phase, whether it's going to graduate school or whether it's going into the workforce or becoming an entrepreneur and are going into the innovation space, make sure that you continue to build meaningful relationships and network. I think that's one of the biggest things that I was able to get out of my time at NMSU, was all the meaningful relationships that I made and how that's carried me to where I'm at now. It is particularly with faculty. There's so many wonderful faculty members that I probably would not have been able to graduate if it wasn't for their guidance and their kind words, and just to name a few, whether it's Miss Kim or Miss Hicks or Dr. Pachon. So just again, graduates, make sure that you are making those meaningful relationships, and make sure that you're networking even into your next phase in life, because it's gonna be the people that you're closest to, and it's gonna be the people that you connect with that are gonna get you to your ultimate goal. So again, congratulations, and go Aggies.
Thank you so much, Christopher. I want to take the time to acknowledge Michael Ray, who is Director of American Indian Programs. In our diversity programs, as well as all of the other support services on our campus, we work very closely together to make sure that we're building a very strong safety net and support net for all of our students. And so, Michael, thank you so much for being here. And now we turn our attention to our keynote speaker. And I have the privilege of telling you just a little bit about her. Her bio is very lengthy because she is a well-accomplished woman, and she is a very humble woman that I have had the privilege of working with on the Black Education Act. And so I want to just share a little bit of information with you about our keynote speaker before she comes. Cheryl Williams Stapleton is the floor leader and is from the island of St. Croix in the US Virgin Islands. She came to New York as a young girl when her family was seeking better education opportunities for their children. She attended school in New York through high school and went on to New Mexico State University for her undergraduate studies. She received her Bachelor of Science degree in 1978 and completed her master's degree in multicultural education in 1987. Her love for children continued as she earned another advanced degree as an education administrator in 1990, and doctoral degree at the University of New Mexico in educational leadership. As a practicing educator, Cheryl has been a teacher at Zia and Wilson Middle Schools in the Albuquerque Public School District, an assistant principal at Career Enrichment Center, coordinator of the Schools to Careers program, and now the APS Carl Perkins project director and coordinator of career and technical education. She holds a K-12 New Mexico teaching credential and endorsements in social studies and bilingual education, and a level 3 K-12 administrative license, a professional K-12 specialty area license, a level 111B pre-K-12 administrative license, and a level 111 instruction leader license, and a pre-K specialty area license. Cheryl's lifelong career as an educator has directly identifies her, Cheryl's lifelong career as an educator has directly identified her as a champion for public schools, teachers, and their students. She has worked tirelessly on behalf of all students, particularly minority students and students who face many challenges brought on by poverty. Cheryl has always believed that the role of an educator and public servant is to help others. Her professional and political career are shining examples of this ethic. And she is a state legislator who truly understands that her job is to represent those who have been placed in her trust. Since her election in 1995, her dedication to the community and her state are impressive. She has served as both vice chair and chair of the New Mexico Democratic Party and has been vice president of the Association of the State Democratic Chair. She was chosen as an elector to the Electoral College, attending the Democratic National Convention 6 times as a delegate, including twice as a delegate for President Clinton, once each for Al Gore and John Kerry, and most recently, President Obama. Cheryl has been a member of the National Black Caucus of State Legislators for over 20 plus years. where she continues to serve as one of the first chosen of our state to provide leadership to the office to support Obama in New Mexico. She currently sits on the National Democratic Committee. Currently, she serves as Commissioner for the Education Commission of the states and is a member of the Education Committee for the National Council of State Legislators, as well as representative on the transportation of the Council of State Governments. Ladies and gentlemen, to some I introduce and to others I welcome back our very own Representative Cheryl Williams Stapleton. Edmundo, can you unmute everyone, please? Let's try that again. And Edmundo, go ahead and unmute everyone, please.
No.
Representative Stapleton, thank you so much for your unwavering support. We are so glad to have you back with us yet again. And thank you in advance for all that you do and all that you will continue to do for our students, faculty, staff, and just the people of New Mexico. We appreciate you.
Thank you and good afternoon. And ladies and gentlemen, be it known, I am an Aggie from Aggie Land. Good afternoon again, and giving recognition to President John Floyd and Provost Carol Parker, and last but not least, Dr. Kimberly York, the interim director. Thank you for inviting me. It is indeed a pleasure and an honor for me to be here. And to the distinguished faculties, the parents, the grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, and cousins, and to you, the distinguished graduates, I think I got everyone. It is an honor for me to give remarks as to being the keynote speaker on your day of graduation. This is truly a wonderful gathering, family affair, and a time of God's grace. You know, ladies and gentlemen, the pandemic created many lives, took many lives. We lost many New Mexico alumni. We fought COVID-19, and we fought for George Floyd. We fought for a chance to make America better. We fought for the Aggies to beat the Lobos, although I went to both universities. We fought to keep the legacy of Ruby Lassiter and Clarence Fielder, two former outstanding Black professors at NMSU. We fought for a champion, Dr. Andrew Wall, a giant of a man working for Black students and faculty to force the university to accept diversity as a way to build better. I was around in the 70s when we fought. You all have it a lot easier today. I can let you know that. And I think it was truly because of those that came before you. I'm a proud graduate of this university, NMSU. I did not become a member during that time of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, which was called SNCC. But I felt deeply that we could achieve success in blending economics, education, and entrepreneurial thinking as a way to close racial, social, and economic disparities. However, there is no more normal. History truly repeats itself, yet we are still here and we have survived. COVID-19 shut us down, yet we are still here and still surviving. Taking us further, the political landscape changed in the United States. The issues on immigrants and children of immigrant parents came to the forefront. However, most of all, Black immigrants and Black lives and Black individuals and African Americans became front and center during one of the most difficult and challenging times of our lifetime, the pandemic. It seemed impossible for a Black man to have become president of these here United States, but it was achieved. Coming from the United States Virgin Islands, I felt at times that many opportunities and goals that I was interested in seem unachievable, but I've achieved many. I can truly say New Mexico has been good to me, but it didn't become good to me on my own. I had forces, community, leaders like Dr. Andrew Wall that was in the position that you are in, Dr. York, Kimberly York at this time. He was one of my greatest assets to move me forward from New Mexico State and to actually achieve my doctorate degree in education. But I say to each and every one of you today, as you move forward, there is always somebody, somewhere, whether it's a grandmother, whether it's a mother, whether it's a sister, and whether it's a friend. There's always somebody somewhere that's going to be looking out for you, that's going to be following you along that pathway that you have created for yourself. And let me also let you know, there is always an angel on your shoulder. You may not think so when you're down. You may be up one day and down the next. But be aware and be thankful that there will always be an angel with you wherever you go and whatever you do. Coming from the Virgin Islands and coming to New Mexico State University, I can tell you in the 70s, I thought, where are the trees? Where are the beaches? Where is the Caribbean food? Where's all these things that I'm so accustomed to? And I thought I would leave. I called my mother and I consistently said, I want to come back. I want to go home. I could go to college in Puerto Rico. I could do anything but be here. But guess what? I stayed. I've been successful, and the word today is success. And I've been here in New Mexico for 46 years, and it's been 46 years of honor that I can say that it has truly, truly been good for me, and it will be good for any immigrant that put their mind to being successful. But I became successful every step of the way because the word success means it can and it will be done. And your theme, it always seems impossible until it's done, is a goal in life that you should put forth no matter what you're doing, no matter what you want to do, no matter what seems so impossible, no matter what seems small. No matter what seemed like, can I do this? Can I make it? Would I be recognized? Would I be given the opportunity? I can tell you, behold, at this time of your life, as a graduate, going on beyond the under, out in the forces of America, maybe in the university level, maybe at the high school level, you never thought to think about institutional racism. You never think about anti-racism. You may not have, but it's out there. I'm going to be frank with you. It is totally out there. You just have to tell yourself as a communicator, I can achieve, I can get it done, I can do whatever I wanted to do. Coming from the Virgin Islands, where every majority, maybe 10 or 5% of other individuals of color existed on the island. And so when I came here to get an education, when my parents said it was time for us to move to the United States so we can get an education in the United States, I never thought for one moment that it was not achievable. I never see myself as saying, can I do it? Can I make it? That didn't exist for me because my governor was Black, my doctors are Black, the lawyers are Black, my teachers are Black, the priest is Black, the pastor is Black. So I knew if they can do it, so can I. And so I'm saying to you today, if I can do it, so can you. You can be achievable, and nothing always seems impossible, because when it's impossible, then I can do it. I recall when I first ran for the vice chair of the state Democratic Party in the state of New Mexico, a woman, a rancher from Las Cruces, held the position at the time. And I was courteous. I went to her and I said to her, are you planning to run for that position? Again, I was active in the Democratic Party and election time had come around. And she said to me, it is a prestigious position. And she said, I want to keep it. And I said to her, if that's prestigious, then I want it. And I ran. I was the vice chair of the Democratic Party for 12 years. I became state party chair. I became the DNC vice president of the Democratic National Committee. So you can't tell me, oh, it's that prestigious that it's not allowable to, it's beyond my reach. There's never anything that is beyond your reach. As a graduate, always think positive. You can accomplish whatever you want in life. You are going to find ways along the way that you might falter, that it might not be given to you, that you might be told it's not achievable, or you might be told it's not your turn. It wasn't my turn then, according to her, but I wanted it to be my turn and I made it my turn. So achievement comes, success comes based on your hope and desire to be whatever you want to be. And I'm sharing that with you as graduates. As a young girl, 18 years old, coming to New Mexico State and attending the university, I wanted to leave right away, but I stayed. And through that staying, I have achieved. I not totally have arrived yet, but it's not done. There's more to do. You are a graduate about to venture perhaps into the unknown, but please do not hesitate to believe that the end of the rainbow is not achievable, because it is. I share with you today, I could go back to many policies and legislations that I've passed and initiated over the years that has come into being legislative policies signed off by a governor. But I want to just share a couple with you. Recently, this last legislative session, I passed the Black Education Act. Why? Because the congressional records show a devastation in Black America with our Black children, and in regards to their progress in K-12 education. It was not happening. It was not reaching our children. And in New Mexico, everybody always say, oh, you're just 3% of the population. And I said, 3%? We are 3%, but I'm going to be bold and make our 3% seem like 100% when we want to get something done. And so the Black Education Act relates to creating a council of Black leaders and Black educators to watch over what is actually happening with African American and Black children anywhere in New Mexico within the New Mexico school system. And so we are looking forward to individuals being participants and wanting to be part of this council to make a difference for our children, because the achievement gap is wide for our kids for success. I also want to say to you, those of you who may not have been around the last few years, we have had African American Day at the legislature. Every other year, what we do is we gather individuals, especially our young adults, college students, and children, high school students, children of all ages, and our community leaders and our advocates in different groups. And what we do, we invite them to New Mexico State Legislature, and we have an African American Day where we get a keynote speaker, some national leader, to speak to our young people and tell them about what our heritage has been, what our future may look like, what the past and present is, and how to move forward in these here United States of America. Bold steps, take bold steps. I have passed legislation to make Juneteenth an official holiday in New Mexico. I have passed and built a building called the Cheryl Williams African American Performing Arts Center in Albuquerque. And I could go on with the Alice Faye Hoppus, one of our leaders who were a triumphant person and a leader in our community, a civil rights warrior for all of us across the state with the NAACP. There's the Alice Faye Hoppus Pavilion here at the New Mexico State Fair, where we house individuals that are recognized across the state. I didn't know it was achievable, but now I do know. It has been achieved and it's done. So what may always seem impossible can get done. 4 years ago, you started out on this journey, often to refuse to do things only because we think that we are not capable of achieving. What matters most is whether or not we have actually tried achieving our goal. Michelle Obama said, plain and simple, be focused, be determined, be hopeful, be empowered. Empower yourselves with a good education. Then get out there and use that education to build a country worthy of your boundless promise. Lead by example with hope. Never fear, never fear. You have achieved many skills, but becoming a communicator is one of the greatest skills that you could have acquired while at New Mexico State University. Communication brings you success, and NMSU has prepared you for America. On this graduation day, you have become a citizen with a mission and a calling. That calling is to build wealth and challenge anything or anyone that crosses your path. The pathway you build should provide for you boundless promises and the American dream. But it should also build for you your dream and your successes and what you think as a graduate should be your successes, not what anybody else want to put you into, not what anybody want to mold you into, but mold for yourself that bold step of success. I say to you in the end, we only regret chances we don't take. Through it all, we are still here and we have survived, and it can be done. So I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, and graduates, go Aggies. and thank you for having me.
Thank you. Can everyone, can you please unmute yourselves? Representative Stapleton, thank you a million times over. You said so much. We picked up so many nuggets in there, and I'm hoping that each one of us in our own way will be able to take away at least one thing that you shared with us and be able to apply it. Thank you so much again. We appreciate you again for your unwavering support, and we look forward to our continued collaboration with you and your office. I want to, at this time, acknowledge all of our families, all of the friends of our graduates. Please, everybody, let's give them all a round of applause.
There you go ahead and unmute, y'all.
As it has already been said, this journey has not been achieved by yourself. You have had so many people behind you, in front of you, pushing you when you didn't want to move, when you didn't want to do things. You've had people, you know, it's nice to have cheerleaders, but every now and again, we all need some sandpaper, right? We need somebody that's willing to go against the grain and tell us, no, you're not going to give up. No, you need to do this the way, you need to do it this way. You need to always surround yourself with people who will hold you accountable. Always. Those people are good people. It may not feel like it at the time, but those are good people. And those people care enough about you to tell you the truth. So make sure that for as many cheerleaders that you have, make sure you have a little bit of somebody that will push you also to stretch you and make you grow. So here we are. I want to once again just acknowledge because they were not here at the beginning. I want to take the time to acknowledge the Provost Council on African American Affairs, and that is Dr. Henrietta Williams Pashon, Dr. Patrick Turner. I saw James Hall in here earlier. I think that he's still here. So we want to say thank you to you all, because without you being advocates for our students, a lot of things would not get accomplished. So thank you so much. We want to now turn our attention to the real reason that we are here, and that is to honor and to celebrate the soon-to-be tomorrow and Saturday graduates. And so with that being said, I want to take the time to turn this over to our BSA, our Black Student Association President and Vice President, Clara Holloway and Ignacio Alvarado, who will acknowledge our undergraduate students. And I would like to ask if we could all hold our applauses all the way into the end of the graduates, and then we will give a round of applause. But if you can't contain yourself, I certainly understand.
Hello, everyone. So we are going to go ahead and start off with reading off our graduates. All right, with that, we will commence. All right, so starting off with our first graduate, we have Kaylee Atkinson, who's graduating with a Bachelor of Arts, majoring in Communication Studies. Congratulations.
We have Jocelyn Basie with a Bachelor of Applied Studies, major Applied Studies.
And Rivian Bodison, Bachelor of Business Administration, major in Management.
Michael Bowe, Bachelor of Individual Studies, major Individualized Studies.
Talicia Briscoe, Bachelor of Business Administration, major Information Systems.
Bachelor of Family and Consumer Sciences, major Family and Child Sciences.
Illy Bruce, Bachelor in Business Administration, major Marketing.
Clarissa Bryant, Bachelor of Arts, major Journalism and Mass Communication.
Luana Dimery, Bachelor of Business Administration, major General Business.
We have our own BSA Secretary, David Hernandez, Bachelor of Science, major Biochemistry.
We have Ms. Loretta King, Bachelor of Arts, major Communication Studies.
Baron Mason, Bachelor of Accounting, major Accounting.
Jade Obeyuwana, Bachelor of Science, major biology.
Bristol O'Connor, Bachelor of Family and Consumer Science, major Family and Child Sciences.
Jasmine Pace Yarborough, Bachelor of Arts and Sciences with a major in psychology and criminal justice.
Darius Totten, Bachelor of Arts with a major in Communication Studies.
Lashira Trimble, Bachelor of Science with a major in hotel, restaurant, tourism, and criminal justice.
Asia Wallace, Bachelor of Individualized Studies with major Individualized Studies.
Terrell Warner, Bachelor of Individualized Studies.
Ryan Watkins, we have a Bachelor of Science with a major in Nursing.
And Matthew Young, a Bachelor of Business Administration and major in Marketing. And that concludes our undergraduate graduates.
Congratulations to all our Bachelor graduates.
Congratulations.
Can everyone unmute yourselves and give our undergraduate students, our undergraduate scholars a hand of
Congrats.
I have the privilege.
Wow, that's brilliant, man.
I have the privilege of honoring and celebrating our graduate students. And first we have Osasare Emova, who is graduating with a Master of Public Health.
Why so aggressive? Why so? Can I have?
We have Osasare Emova, who is graduating with a Master of Public Health, and she's majoring in public health. We have our very own Ashley Rose Francia, who is graduating with a Master of Public Health, and her major is also public health. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. She is graduating with a public administration. I apologize about that, Ashley Rose. We'll make sure we fix that. We have our very own Marquette Gass, who is graduating with a Master of Arts in Anthropology. We have our very own former GA, Michaela Gorman, who is graduating with a Master of Arts and her major is Sociology. We have our very own Jeanette Quasi, who is graduating with a Master of Science and a major in Industrial Engineering. And just in case you didn't catch that, she has also been accepted into a PhD program starting in the fall. We have Brandon Perkins, who is graduating with a Master of Arts in a major in education, and he is one of our coaches here on our campus. We celebrate Kennedy Simmons, who is graduating with a Master of Social Work, and her major is Social Work. We celebrate Crystal Simon, who is graduating with a Master of Social Work, as well as a Master of Public Health, and both majors coincide. We have Mawel Suam, who is graduating with 2 masters, a Master of Computer Data Analytics and Master of Arts. That now concludes, I'm sorry, we have one more. We also have Malette Zemedi, who is graduating with a Master of Science, and her major is computer science. Let's go ahead and unmute ourselves and go ahead and give our graduates a round of applause, please.
Congratulations.
Good job, Coach. Go, Michaela.
Good job. Way to go, Brandon.
And ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least, we have the privilege of celebrating, and I see she's recording, you have every right to. We have the privilege of celebrating soon to be Doctor of Nursing, excuse me, I'm trying to get this thing out of the way. Relinda Staku, who is graduating with a Doctor of Nursing Practice, and her major is Nursing Practice. Congratulations to everyone. Please let's give her a round of applause.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I want to say to you before I turn this over to our next person who will bring some words, I want to say to you, please make sure that you understand that, as Dr. Turner and others have echoed, you did not get this degree just solely for yourself. I see some little kids on this in this moment who are looking at you, and they are wondering, how did you do it? Share your story. Don't just share the bad things, share the good things. And as Chris said a long time ago, earlier, make sure you celebrate the small things, right? And Representative Stapleton, thank you so much for the vote of confidence. I'm not Dr. York yet, but next year, this time, we will be celebrating. So thank you. Make sure that you take the time to share your story, share your journey. Those words have power. And you just never know. Some people may feel like they're the only person that's going through something. But when you share your story and you share your words of encouragement, those little things go a long way. Trust me, I know. Because when at the end of the day, when my 9 to 5 ends, I'm hitting the books just like you were doing. So I understand, and everybody, all of our faculty and staff that are here understand that also. And so also I want to say to you, make sure you pick up some nuggets. If it's 1 or 2 things, everything can't be taught. Some things have to be caught. So pay attention to those people around you who have been where you're trying to go, right? You may not ever have a conversation with them. You may not ever be able to sit down and eat lunch with them, but there is something about the way they carry themselves. There is something about the way they speak. There is something about the habits and the character that they have that you can pick up on. It doesn't always have to be these very close connections. Take the time to pay attention. You can learn something from anybody, even if they're doing it wrong. You can learn that that's not what you want to do, right? And so make sure, again, share your journey. So many people are looking at you, and if you don't see the opportunities that you think you deserve, create them for yourself. You're able to do that. You really are. You're able to do that. So with that being said, I am now going to turn it over to our very own NMSU alumna, and also one of our Black programs alumna, Dr. Gina Jones.
Thank you, Kimberly. It's my pleasure to be here. My heart just goes out to all of you. When I see the graduates, that's what we're here for. That's what we work for. I listened to Cheryl talk, and I too stepped on the New Mexico State campus. I was 17 years old. It was 43 years ago in 1978. And I can't tell you, Cheryl just hit it right on the head. The times were tough. The times we worked hard. We had to do so much. There was just so much going on, but we stood tall. We worked hard. And there are so many people who have worked for you and support each one of you. So I tell you this because as you go forward, remember New Mexico State. Remember when you were 18, 17, and you stepped on this campus, or you were 35 or 28, and what you achieved. And know that you didn't do it alone. Some of you stepped on the campus, been there 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, and may have never gone over to Black programs. That's okay, because the Black programs itself has supported you and advocated for you all along. Some of you are leaders in Black program activities. I praise, I commend you, and I thank you. Some of you are just still trying to find your way in life. Take everything you have learned, as Kimberly, Cheryl, everyone who has spoke this evening have given to you, take it with you. But I want you to think about this. And I was in a meeting last night, And it reminded me of this message to you. And this individual talked about the relay race. You know, there's a 440. I don't know if any of you are a track, understand track. But the 440, there's 4 of you. There's 4 runners. Each one are depending on each other to win that race. And as one goes to the next, the one before them puts their hand back to get that baton. I'm telling you all, as you go forward, put your hand back. Give back to New Mexico State University. Give back to Black programs. Remember, whether you put your foot in that door in Black programs or whether you were a leader and a advocate, remember, it's that support that gives those students to survive, to make it, to succeed. Put your hand back, give back. It doesn't always have to be financial. It could be as a mentor. Kimberly was a mentor to students before she was in her role. It could be support. We have a student here, Christopher, talked about someone that I know that he knows in the community. Cassandra, her name is Cassandra. She was here in 1976 as well with Cheryl. And she is advocating right today for every Black student that comes on the Mexico State campus. And you all have never met her. So I'm telling you, give back. Remember where you came from. Support your university, support Black programs in the best way you can. One of the things that I have to say before I let you all go, and I know you need to go, Black programs and the work and activities and the push that comes out of that program, they're the ones who say to this community, to our New Mexico State community and our Las Cruces community and our New Mexico community, the educational experience that our Black students get at New Mexico State matters. And that is important. So be a part of this movement to keep it going. Keep it going. I am so proud of you. My heart is heavy for you. Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to our volunteer leaders. Thank you. Thank you all for giving. I'm telling you in advance, I'm thanking you in advance for giving back. Many blessings to all of you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jones. As we are coming to the close and we are ahead of schedule, I just want to share one last thing. As we celebrate our graduates, I want to encourage those of you who may be thinking about going to school, those of you who may be thinking that it's too late because of how old you are. Let me explain something to you. I had to go to night school to graduate from high school. I didn't have the traditional track that most people have when they know their future and know how to plot it all out. It's never too late. It's never too late. Sometimes it takes us going through certain things in life to get us where we're supposed to be. And so as Dr. Jones said, it's a relay race. And so if you are graduating tomorrow or on Saturday, reach back and pull somebody up. Pull somebody that you know may be considering, trying to go to school, may not know what to do. Tell them, share your story. Share that one simple thing that helped you to take that leap of faith. You can do it. You can do it. Again, everything seems impossible until it's done. I want to thank you all so much. And I would be remiss if I did not thank my amazing team, my student workers. We have Edmundo. Edmundo is not, you probably can't see him, but he's behind the scenes and working very hard. And we have our very own Ignacio Alvarado, who has been amazing throughout this year. And so I want to say thank you to them. And I also want to just say again, thank you to you all that are here supporting our students. The work yet continues. And again, I encourage you, we don't care what you look like, you can be purple. We welcome and support and serve all students in Black programs, just as all of our other diversity programs. So please, we look forward to seeing you. Those of you who are still going to continue to be on our campus, I am going to be knocking on your email virtual door from here on out. We are so proud of you, and we look forward to you coming back to share all of the amazing things that you are doing in your community and doing for yourself. Thank you again. I appreciate you all for being here. Have a good night.
Thank you very much.
I forgot one last thing. I want to say this, and I always end when we did our podcast series, Black Excellence in Higher Education. I always want to share this. Preservation of one's own culture does not require disrespect or contempt for other cultures. Be proud of who you are, but also celebrate others. Thank you all.
Wow.
Miss York, I just want to say thank you for having me. Thank you to the graduates. Congratulations. And Gina, you look just like your mama as you aged.
And I say to everyone, dare to be amazing. Dare to be amazing.
I don't know.
Congratulations.
Thank you, family.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Loretta. You're beautiful.
Love you, sis. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Proud of you.
Congratulations, Bristol. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you.
Congratulations.
job,
Congratulations, everybody. We did it. Thank you.
Good job, Ashiro.
Congratulations.